I'm very happy to see the three components put into this agreement that we've not seen in the past. And I'm very happy about that. And I know you spent a lot of time on it and putting these components together, the three components. And I like what I see on that. I think that Commissioner Thompson was probably reading my notes over here. I would like to see a higher guaranteed amount myself. We're talking about the future of Hardy County.
So
And,
my question would be, if I could just ask, what we're looking at from an economic mitigation standpoint, if we're looking at this, the value of each of those acres, right? Because it ties back to the comp plan and what's in the comp plan. So the value of each of those acres that are inhibited from development. If we add another $15 million to this, the question ultimately is that a reasonable price per acre that the county is suggesting for what needs to be done there, and does that match what an appraiser might see the value of that acre as well? And I'm not saying that I know definitively what the answer to that is, but the basis was, we have to tie back to the comp plan, and the basis was those acres that are impacted for future development. And just so long as we're staying within those lines, I mean, we obviously can discuss these things. I just want to make sure everybody understands that that's the basis that we're starting from here, and how we arrive at these numbers.
Well, I understand that, and I understand that when you look at the percentage that you give the reclaimed lands, we all know that the reclaimed lands that we look at when they're reclaimed lands are not the same as they are today. They're not. And so we have to give that a different value than what we give today's value.
Mr. Knight, were you wanting? Just so you.
I think that I would appreciate y'all taking back and taking a look at it and see if we can get to the $2 million a year number. It may be something that there's no way you can come to that. But I think that that would make us happy if you could do that, by the sounds of it, if you get to the $2 million number rather than the 1.4. As far as the rest of it goes, I like it.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Commissioner Lambert.
On the strip and margin graph here, these percentages that are put in there, where did they come from?
That's the formula that's on the...
That's the historical last 10 years.
So the last 10 years, we took the last 10 years stripping margins and applied those in the formula.
See that 400%? That would be...
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
That's a peak in the market.
Those were actual numbers that
Those were actual numbers that occurred in reality.
Okay.
So we took that and modeled that over the time period rather than try and project, because anytime you project the market, you'll be wrong, but these are numbers that have actually happened.
Okay. Some years is zero. Now, a little bit of clarity. Go ahead, sir.
I was just going to say, some years there are zero, and there are ones where those have been the bottoms that we've experienced.
I was just going to say, is procedurally, this is the first hearing, and so we don't actually vote on this tonight. Mm-hmm. And but we will have public comment, and then the next time we vote after the second hearing, just to tell everybody out there, because I had to ask these questions earlier. So. Commissioner Lambert,
if I could. So you got 10 years that you're using the data, but you got 25 over a span of 25 years. You're taking 10 years, 10 years, 10 years.
Yeah, and the reason that we chose 10 years was because if you look back more than 10 years, the phosphate market was fundamentally different. There were different nations at play. The last 10 years, the current producers that are in the market are generally who was in the market during those 10 years.
Yeah, the 439%, because it was the third number, actually came up then 3 times, which was a very over the top compared to all the other numbers. Yeah, so you got a 439% in there that's 3 times just because of the time of, I guess it showed up. So
yeah, but we got some zeros.
I understand. It's repeated. But that's a a fluke.
So, yeah, that's one thing.
We went back 10 years from now, I mean,
I understand.
there could
I understand why you-
there could be, you know, I mean, quite
Could be
frankly,
400.
there could be 2 to 3 years in a row where you have a really high number in the future,
Right.
and you blow this number out of the water.
Yep.
I mean, all of it's speculative, but it's based upon things that have really happened.
I understand. I understand.
Further questions from commissioners? I'll just compliment you both on this. I mean, Bill